Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Lifestyle Architecture Lab. In this show, I talk about lifestyle design, financial freedom, and also dissect the process, behavior, and routines of the personalities who have designed a lifestyle of freedom for themselves. These guests range from artists, musicians, entrepreneurs, lifestyle coaches, investors, professional athletes, etc. These conversations dig deep into their stories to find out their thought process, tools, strategies, and tricks that makes them tick.
This is happening.
Let me just do what I love to.
No 9 to 5.
Eat that frog. You gotta work hard.
Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. This is Lifestyle Architecture Lab, and I'm your host Himanshu Sachdeva.
In this episode, I'm talking to Gopi Vadsak, popularly known on Instagram as Aawaari. She's a visual designer, stylist, photographer, and a creative director. Her creative photos and videos go viral every now and then on the interwebs. Her work has been recognized by the likes of Adobe. We touch bases on a wide variety of things in this conversation, like her story, her struggle with anxiety and her way out of it, her creative process, how creatives like her make money in this profession, and on what scale they should charge, how to work with whatever tools you have in hand to make something awesome, all of this and much, much more. So, without further ado, please enjoy this conversation with Gopi Vadsak. Hey Gopi, welcome to the show.
Hi Himanshu, thank you so much for having me here.
It's my pleasure to have you here. As much as I hear people saying social media is a curse, but I think if it is used with the right intentions, it actually can make the world smaller and bring interesting and amazing people to our reach. Like I wanted to reach to some interesting people, and I found you through some other photographer. I was
Yeah.
like interviewing Trishita, the overrated outcast. So that is what happens if it has to happen. Universe makes the way for it, right?
Yeah.
So when I did the podcast with the overrated outcast, you loved her story and then you shared it across on your socials as well. So then I got in touch with you at that time, and then when I stumbled upon your work on Instagram, I was like fascinated. I mean, this person is something else. She has a different perspective to life,
world.
to the world. And that's what like blew my mind. So I like put you on my recording list, like the podcast list immediately, and then I reached out to you, and then you said, yeah, when I will come to Bombay, we will record, of course. Yeah, so it was great. I mean, we are here now and recording, it's great. But to give the audience some perspective about who you are and what you do, can you tell a little bit about yourself?
Basically, I call myself a photographer, but more than that, I call myself a creator because there has been many times when my friends have complimented me on a way like, yeah, you do good photography, but you are way better at planning things, like at directing a particular shoot.
Right, creative,
Say,
like a
yeah.
creative director.
Yeah, but I didn't know the term before somebody, one of my friends, Ajinkya, explained me like, yeah, there is a term that says creative director, and you are way good at directing something very creatively, like styling people and styling a shoot and designing concepts and etc. etc. So I call myself a creator more than I'll call myself a photographer. And I'm from Surat, a place where there is no other, career streams rather than CA or engineer or doctor
Yeah.
Nobody will value you if you are not a CA or an engineer
Yeah.
or a doctor. But I chose to be different since childhood. I knew like I don't want to live an ordinary life. I want to do something extraordinary. I want to add something to the world. I want to add something so valuable. Like people should remember me for something that I have added to the lives of people.
So you have provided some value to people.
I don't really think so. I'm still there, but I'm reaching there slowly, and
Yeah.
that's fine because time is all I have.
Yeah. I mean, you are in the right direction, of course.
Yeah.
But tell me this, how did you get started with this world of visual artistry and found your way to Instagram basically?
It was 2012, as much as I remember. I was in 11th grade, and I used to carry one Sony point and shoot camera with me in my school bag. I used to hide it so well because like it was restricted in school. You can't bring outside equipment.
Yeah, of course.
But I still used to carry it. I used to just capture around like while waiting for a school van. And I fell in love, like, wow, this is looking so good. Like the sunset or maybe sunrise, anything.
Yeah.
I would be like, wow, this is looking so good. I want to capture this. I want to show it to others because this is looking so good. This is pleasing my eyes. So how much pleasant it will be to others to see. And like that, my journey as a photographer started. Like, wow, I am very fascinated by good views. Good
Yeah.
visuals.
Yeah.
Like if something very pretty is coming on my mind, I'll just try to portray it because I want to show the world and I want others to see what I am seeing, like what's in my mind and what I saw. Because if it makes me feel peaceful, it must make others peaceful as well.
Yeah.
So from there, my journey started, and after that, Facebook was like just going down. Like, okay, I'm
Yeah,
done
yeah,
with
yeah.
Facebook. So this other friend of mine, her name is Twinkle. She introduced me to Instagram. Like she's, yeah, this is cool. Like I have this many followers. Like she's a thing. Like, you know, a kind of person she used to be back then.
Yeah, yeah.
Who loved followers. Like I want followers.
Yeah.
So she introduced me. I was like, wow, this is nice.
New
I don't
world.
I don't want followers. I just want to
Like share
come on the-
share my work.
yeah come onto this platform. And as I never really loved sharing my own photos, so I started sharing those photos. After that, I came to know like there is whole another world of people who exist on Instagram,
Yeah.
who share something other than selfies and their own photos and everything.
Yeah.
And after that, I started sharing my work. I began as an editor because as I mentioned earlier, I used to love, mesmerizing visuals, like the visuals that you can just imagine on your mind. And after that, I started creating photos. Like even if you'll give me a normal photo, I'll edit it. And
Edit it
I'll-
out and make it magical.
something else. So I started as an editor after that on Instagram. And then...
But it was when you started with Instagram. Can you put
It
some
was,
perspective on the timeline?
Actually, I was... I started using Instagram since 2012 itself, but Aawaari came on 2014, I guess.
2014.
Yeah, if I'm not wrong, 2014 was the year I
You
created-
started pursuing it like
Yeah.
seriously.
I want that was my third Instagram profile. Aawaari is my third Instagram account. Before that, I used to have two, but I deleted the both.
Yeah. So when you are starting up, you need to like test out different things, and then eventually then you reach there and settle out on something which is actually something.
It was 2014 when I realized that I'm good at it. So and I saw people around. Instagram used to do this thing in suggested users.
Yeah. I remember Trishita also told me the
so
same thing.
I was on that blind race that I want to get suggested.
Still they do it?
No, now they don't do it, but they used to do in 2014. So I created different account where I used to post minimal visuals because there was this thing going on around, like if you are into minimals, Instagram will feature you.
Wow.
So I started it for that perspective only, like I want to get feature. That's why I'm starting another account other than editing.
Yeah. So that is how Aawaari started.
Yeah, that is how exactly Aawaari started.
So aesthetics came from there.
Yeah, And after that, I kept coming across very nice profiles and photos, and I kept getting mesmerized by photos. But it never happened getting suggested by Instagram, but I was featured once. There was this video of Duke that got featured.
Wow.
Before it was 2015 or 16, I really don't remember. That year I went on a break.
So you were still in your studies and academics.
Yeah, I was still into that because I was appearing for CA. So I had to take a time off from Instagram, and I had some personal issues that I needed to solve. So I before I went off, Instagram had featured me, that I remember. It was
Wow.
a video of Duke.
Like you left it on the high.
Yeah, it was tough, but I knew that I had to do that because I wasn't really able to focus on my studies because
Yeah.
I was so much gotten into that Instagram game. Like, I want followers.
Yeah.
I want followers.
It's a if you don't control it, it becomes a vicious circle, right?
It's very bad. Like, it took me time to get out of that thing. Like, when followers don't matter, likes don't matter. It took me so much time to come over there. But when before I went to the break, like, okay, I'm taking a break, Duke's video got featured and I earned somewhat like up to 5,000 followers, and then I shut it down. I deactivated it.
Wow.
After a year, I came back and I saw like after I reactivated the account, somewhat 1,000 followers went off. Like, okay, let it go.
Yeah.
It's all bot
Bots,
followers. Yeah, they are
bots,
going. Yeah, and I was
automated
like,
followers.
yeah, I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. And after that, I started again in November 2017. And from then, it just kept increasing. It's slow, a bit slow on my side, the growth. But that's fine. But my work has grown up way more than my Instagram account. So
Yeah, because quality, you have increased quality so much, and even if you put like a couple of photos in 1-2 days, then it really matters how much work and detail you put into your photos, and then you publish that, right?
it was a time when I used to take a month to create one visual.
Wow.
And I'll share it. And after for 1 month, I'll go just in my deep zone. I won't share anything. I always believed quality over quantity.
Right.
So it was very slow on my side. Like, I had to maintain the consistency, but I didn't want to pressure myself like to perform better, to do better. So I was taking it very easy.
In the start, it is important to, let it flow naturally and let your skills come out properly. So the fundamentals are strong, right?
It was 2017 October when I got my first camera. So after I got my first camera,
Proper DSLR, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started to being very serious. Like, okay, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it easy, slow, but nice.
So which camera did you buy for the first time?
It was Canon 700D.
700D.
Yeah, Canon 700D. I still have the camera, but I can't explain how happy I was holding a camera in my hand, because that's exactly what I always wanted. I took it easy. I planned photos. I will do this, I will do that, and I will take a month's time, and after that I'll create, and after that I'll share. But I made sure ki jo bhi I am sharing, it has to be nice and qualitative. Numbers never mattered to me after that, because I was like healed very much inside, and I was like, okay, everything is fine. I just need to concentrate on my work, because I was from a town which is like, Surat is like not that much on the map of the India.
Yep.
So I had to come out from the crowd, like,
I
I exist.
from the creative side, you mean
Yeah.
to say, right? Surat is like a little bit lagging behind, but now probably it's coming up.
Yeah, I was very afraid as well, because I was going to do something that
Different.
was like barso se nobody has done that in my family, not even like anybody around, like in a social group or religion, nobody has done, and that was I wanted to do. So it was tough initially, but I made it.
Wow. And initially when you were shooting your photographs, so which area? It was in Surat itself? You had some specific places where you were shooting?
Mostly where I shot was the terrace of my building because I wasn't really allowed back in that time in 2017 and 18 to travel much to shoot. So what I'll do is I'll push myself because I knew I had limited place to shoot. So I had to work on the part to make it creative.
Right.
So I'd rather make it creative and shoot on the same place rather than fighting with my parents to let me go and shoot. So that's what exactly happened. My building ka terrace, and the other place was the beach.
Wow. Beach was nearby to your place.
No, it's not nearby. It's somewhat 40 kilometers far away from my place. I used to go with my friend again, Twinkle, because
Twinkle,
you
mentioned her. Yeah.
Yeah, she is my lifesaver. Like,
She's your support system.
yeah, and she's still like today also she is my support system when it comes to photography. Like if I'll have some shoot, I'll ask straight to Twinkle, like, Twinkle, I don't have resources, please help me. And she'll be like, okay, let's go and shoot.
Wow.
So there are just two places where I have created most of the content. One is the beach and the another is building ka
The
terrace.
rooftop.
Yeah, but that's fine because the rooftop has a view which is magnificent, so it works for me.
You told me the Tapi River flows around that, right?
Yeah, my building is just nearby the river, so it's
Wow.
like river bank, and you can every morning you can see the sun rising from the river.
Wow.
And it just looks
Must be spectacular.
yeah.
Wow. So, moving from there to your Instagram journey, as you have got good numbers of followers now, and you are often collaborating with the brands right now, right? And you have even collaborated with Adobe recently,
Yeah.
right? So, what are the key things as per your experience? First, how do you introduce yourself to the brands, and how do you make them come back to you for the work that you do?
So the thing is, if you are working with a brand and you really like the product, that is my first principle. If you like the product, you work. If you don't, you don't. If you like the product genuinely, you are definitely going to put your heart and your soul into the content that you are creating for them.
Correct.
And always be willing to go an extra mile for the brand. Like if the brand has offered you something, say deliverables include 2 stories and 1 photo. Instead of 2 stories, I make sure I give them my best. Like I'll put 7 stories, 8 stories, doesn't matter. I won't count. I'll just give my best to the brand. And if a quality content and my willingness to go an extra mile for the brand, and that's what exactly brands love.
Right.
From a creator. Like if you are a creator and if you are willing to do something extra for the brand, they'll do extra for you. They'll come back to you. That's exactly what I have followed.
But how did you start? How did you get your first collaboration? Was it through some agency, or was it like directly somebody came to you and like on the Instagram or something and DM'd you and you found out?
It was an agency. This agency has become a big part of my life now.
Okay.
Pulp Key.
Key.
Yeah, and I remember I received this DM from Pulp Key like, hey, are you interested working for a phone brand? I was in like, wow. This was this was back in when I had 8,000 followers, and what we always knew is you need 10,000 plus followers to get a brand collaboration.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was into dark images back then, and they wanted dark images. I said yes, let's do it, and it just started. Within next 2 days, I received the phone and I worked with them, and it was amazing experience. The content that I created was unbelievable.
To yourself also.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I didn't know. I was initially very stressed out, like,
How I'm going to do it.
this is my first paid thing. This is my first paid thing. And
First paid gig is always,
and I was having no confidence. I was so down on my level of confidence. After that, I talked to Amit. Amit is the founder of Pulp Key. And Amit was like, yeah, you'll do great. I know you. He's this always.
He was confident.
Yeah,
He
he
was
has
having
always
confidence.
been this guy who puts his confidence in you, and you just will make sure you. I don't want to let down this guy.
Yeah.
This guy is amazing. So I just went for it, and I created the content. My all-time favorite photo that I created using a phone still belongs to that shoot.
What is that photo? Can you describe it?
That was a photo of my friend. She was standing and I took it from the behind. She was wearing a bag and she had a cap, and she has put her hand on a cap and her hairs are floating in the air, and the brilliant clouds and sky color is on the background, and that is the photo.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it.
We'll
I
link
still
that
love
in the
it.
show notes.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And how do you work with the price point with the brands, if you would like to talk about that?
It's always tricky. I've always noticed this thing. Like, it works different for different parts of India. Like, if you are a creator from Mumbai, I have some friends here. They are like, don't charge beyond below this amount, but it really works different if you are coming from other parts of India. Like, for me, it was always like till now, it was always 3,000 rupees per photo. It used to be like that. But now, since I know that I am able to, and I am capable to create the quality content, and I am putting so much effort, now I charge them to make sure like I am using my reach for good, like, up to the reach of my profile. So it always depends on two aspects: the content that I am going to create and expense that I am going to spend after the content, and the reach and engagement that I am providing to them. If it's through agency, the prices are always going to be low because agencies take the cut, and
Correct.
and if the brand is coming to you directly, you can, like, all the commissions and everything is cut out, so you can charge higher. But if it's through agency, you have to charge low, because if you'll quote higher, you'll miss the opportunity.
Right.
So you have to make sure like you charge optimum amount for that. Like, you can't charge that much. If you are someone who has 21,000 followers, I suggest the price quotation should be 9 to 10,000 minimum.
Like 9 to 10,000 for
One photo.
one photo.
Yeah, one post.
Wow. That's a good number.
That's a good number, but it doesn't work always like that. At times, you have to settle for 5,000 as well. If you are in search for work, in search for collaborations, you might have to settle for very less. But what I have noticed here in Mumbai is
Huge amount.
Creators don't really settle down. Like, I don't want to settle. They'll charge 15,000, 20,000. They get it. Because it has happened with me many times. Because I am a creator from Surat, brands are like, you are from Surat, we can't pay you that much because you are not from the metro area of
My
the
God.
India.
So geographically, they are like
Yeah.
being racist of sort.
It happens, but there are some brands like there is Google, there is Adobe.
Yeah, they are international brands. They pay in dollars, of course. So
And
probably
also they pay you according to your capabilities. Like, if you are capable enough, they'll pay you so much.
geography won't matter there, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you have a very different style to your photos, the pastel tones, right?
Yeah.
And out of the box imagination sequences. I remember one photo which you have posted a while ago, which is like there is a box lying near to the ocean, and a person is like putting their hand out of that box. So it was like, it just blew my mind, and it went sort of viral, I think, right? So
Yeah, it
how do you come up with such ideas, and what does it take to create photographs and visual designs the way you do? Can you share your creative process around that?
What usually happens is the photos that I try to create represents the state of my mind at the time. Like, when I created that photo with suitcase at the beach, and somebody is like caught up in the suitcase, locked in the suitcase.
Yeah.
That's exactly the kind of feeling I was having back then. When I
Wow.
started working for the concept, the product, can I explain the product?
Yes, please.
Basically, that was a collaboration with this brand. It's an Ayurveda brand, and Amrutam approached me, and I got the mail, and it was written in the mail. It's a product that helps you with anxiety, stress, and any sort of mental illness that you have. So I started consuming the product. I really liked it. It helped me. So I had to portray the exact same feeling.
Right.
So what I thought was I was feeling what I was feeling initially when I started consuming the product. The feeling was I was somewhere locked. I was held back, and nobody wanted me to go out or wanted me to be free. So I started thinking on that aspect, like I'm somewhere locked up.
Wow.
So how can I represent that? Like I am locked up. This thing came to my mind, like somebody is trying to put me in a suitcase, and the suitcase is the number of the amount of area that you have,
When you are in that kind of zone.
that zone that you have, like you can't go out of that zone, but you desperately want
to come out.
Wants to be out of the area. So I started designing around the feeling, and I ended up with this idea, like let's do this.
Wow.
But after, the first thing was like, suitcase kahan se laun main? Because I wanted a suitcase, and for 2 whole days I hunted around, like do you
In
have
Surat?
Within family and my friends and everyone.
It should be a large suitcase
Yeah,
which can fit someone, right?
I want a suitcase वो बाबा आदम के ज़माने का हुआ करता था ना. I want such suitcase. Please help me someone. Nobody had it. After that I got a reference, and I went to this भंगार वाला का दुकान, and I was like, भैया rent पे दे दो, I don't want to buy.
All right.
He was like, okay, ले लो. I took the suitcase, and I went to the beach. I expressed the idea to my one friend back at home, and she was like, yeah, let's do it. It's good. So we went to the beach.
So she was a model or something?
She is a blogger,
Okay,
basically.
okay.
And she wanted photos, and I wanted someone who can help me. So we worked it out.
So it's like a value exchange.
Yeah. So she came with me, and we shot it. It was like quick shoot. It finished in 15 minutes. It was over. Within 15 minutes, it was over. And the photos that came out on the beach,
brilliant.
I was like, wow. I was telling Krupa, can you believe it? We created it.
Wow.
Can you believe it?
I mean, that kind of feeling, it inspires you.
If you are seeing a photo that really, really touches your heart,
Right.
you're like, wow, I created this. I couldn't believe it. I came back home. I showed the photos to Stuti ji, the founder of Amrutam, and she was like, wow.
Mind blown.
And she said it was amazing. And I also felt the same, because it was coming straight through my heart.
Wow.
I didn't want to create an entire image series, but once we saw the photos, like it was so good.
Then you created a series.
Yeah, we created a series, and we decided, let's just finish it. Let's just kill it today.
So
We created
in 15-20 minutes you did the series.
We created that. And after that, I started working around with my ideas, my feelings, my concepts. And I have created so many images till now.
I mean, whatever you were feeling at the moment,
Yeah.
and design your visuals around that,
Yeah,
right?
I started designing visuals around that. And after that, I was just known for my aesthetics and my ideas.
Minimalism and the aesthetics and the
Yeah.
concept itself.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned about anxiety, what is your experience with anxiety have been like, and how did you deal with it? I mean, if you have.
It's very complicated.
I mean, if you need not, put nitty-gritties, but if you want to describe the feeling, if somebody who is having it right now, they might be like getting some help out of it.
The first thing that I realized that something is terribly wrong with me was the time when there was this one whole month. I felt like really, it was, I would just keep crying. I don't know, for no unknown reasons, I'll just keep crying. Everything would feel faded and nothing would seem right. After that collaboration with Amrutam, Stuti, I talked to Stuti ji like I am feeling like this, and it doesn't feel right. Every morning I would wake up, I would be tired, extremely tired. I wouldn't even want to get out of the bed. Slowly she started to make me understand what I was exactly having and what I was exactly feeling. And she taught me some ways, like this way you can help yourself. I kept consuming the product that she gave me from the brand. I kept practicing meditation regularly. I kept practicing. I was completely away from social media. Like I would check Instagram only if it's too much needed. I wouldn't talk with people.
So was Instagram and the social tools which you were using, did they cause something like this?
To some extent, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Because this was pressure on me, like on the social media, like
To
because,
create.
Yeah. If I'm not creating good, that this was the time when Instagram engagement used to bother me a lot.
In the initial times.
Yeah. And I realized like Instagram it's good to put myself out there, to put my thoughts out there, but it's not good for my mental health. I started to distance myself from social media. I would not use it unless and until I totally need to.
Yeah.
And I would track my diet. I would track my sleeping schedule. I would do everything that would help me to feel better. Like I needed it. I needed it badly.
Yeah.
And I practiced meditation regularly. I'm still practicing meditation daily. I do a lot of breathing exercise. I give myself 30 minutes a day, like where I'll just feel myself.
Just be with yourself
Yeah.
and breathe.
So I'll suggest anyone who has anxiety, just take it slow. You don't have to heal yourself very fast.
ASAP.
Yeah. You need to take it slow because this is something that happened over
Period of time.
over a period of time. It happened to you, and it will take time to heal.
Yeah.
So that's fine if there will be days when you'll feel totally like shit. You
Yeah.
won't feel good,
Yeah.
but that's okay. Everybody will tell you that it's going to be okay, but
It's not. Because you are going through it and
yeah, only you can know. So
Yeah.
what matters is you have to tell yourself like you are going to get out of this, and nobody will matter when you will be going through this. So you have to be your only friend,
in that time.
mentor, whatever you want to say. You have to constantly remind yourself it's going to be okay. Start distancing yourself from social media.
Or maybe mobile phones
Yeah,
itself, right?
start spending time with the favorite child, or maybe if you have a favorite pet or something. What I used to do is I used to spend a lot of time with Duke, the doggy that my friend Twinkle
has.
Yeah, Duke. Duke is like, after that, if anybody asks me, who is Duke to you? Duke is my child. First of all, don't at all call him
a dog.
yeah, he's my child. Because yeah, child or dogs or even cats, whatever you prefer, helps you go through it. So you have to do that.
Because you connect with them in so much, with so much love, and they give you
Yeah.
back so much love without any
It's
care, right?
Selfless love.
Selfless love, exactly.
Yeah, you need that. You need, and start socializing with your offline friends, the friends that you make
Who actually cares for you
Yeah.
and who actually understand what you're going through probably,
Yeah.
and who actually understand what anxiety might be, because most of the people don't even have an idea.
Yeah. I know, because I have had since I don't even remember when. So it's okay. It will be okay.
Yeah. All right. So I think that was very valuable input. I mean, anxiety is something which many teenagers and even millennials like us are having. And it is very important to know that, yeah, it is going to be okay, but it is also going to be okay to take some time, like to get it healed. There is no rush, right?
You can't even heal yourself if you are in rush.
Yeah.
There are some things that takes time. As there are so many quotes over this. Time is the best medicine you can have. Just give yourself time and spend time with yourself. That's all you need
Right.
to heal yourself. Nothing else.
Wow. On that note, let's dial back a little and tell us more about like your academics. What did you do in your education? A little bit.
I have always been a brilliant student since childhood.
Uh-huh.
But somehow, for some reason, after 12th, after I rolled into CA, my academics constantly kept getting poor and poor.
Was it because you didn't like to do that? I mean, the CA.
I mean, I don't hate CA. I don't hate CA. Even if I wouldn't be a photographer now, I would definitely complete CA. I am confident enough. But what happened was I just stuck into so many personal traumas and personal issues that I wasn't able to concentrate for some reason. That afterwards I got to know, because it was happening because I had slowly started to develop anxiety and all, depression and anxiety.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wasn't able to concentrate. Like I would sit to study. It will be 5 hours and I'll be still on the same page.
Wow.
It's hard to focus. That's what used to happen with me. And my mind was just completely off the studies. I just wanted to express whatever I was feeling through my photos.
Wow. So your photos and your work basically helped in healing your anxiety as well,
you can
right?
say that.
Wow. That's
Creating
amazing.
visuals really helps me, because it's like after I'm done creating some particular conceptual photo, that part of me which was suffering and
That heals.
yeah, that sort of is calm.
Settle down and
yeah,
calm.
it's calm.
Wow. Amazing. And so moving forward from this, so how does your typical day looks like when you're shooting and creating stuff?
Mostly if you are a photographer, shoots are going to be early morning, which is very difficult for you.
Why is that? Why they're always in the mornings?
Because yeah, you need soft light, and the mornings and the evenings are the only time
The
when,
golden hour in evening.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can get such nice and
Soft
warm
light.
photos. Yeah. So if I'm having a shoot, no matter how early I have to go, I'll just give 20 minutes to myself. After waking up, I'll bath and just sit in one corner meditating. I'll give 20 minutes because I need it.
Right.
It will just calm my mind down, and after that I am just ready to kick off. If I'm at home back in Surat, I'll never forget to have my coffee, because without that I'll just not move. But since I'm here in Mumbai, I'll just meditate and I'll run and catch the train.
To the next shoot.
Yeah, I'll go to the place, I'll complete the shoot, I'll come back, I'll go through the photos, like how are the photos, and I'll edit
While
them.
commuting itself. Yeah.
I'll edit the photos, and my day has ruined after I came to Mumbai. Like in Surat, it used to be totally different. I used to wake up, I used to do meditation, I used to bath, have my breakfast, and I would sit down and I'll try to just sketch down the rough ideas about the concept that I have to design.
Okay. Drafting the visuals basically.
I will work for my ideas and just for an hour, not more than that. I'm not going to spend my whole day behind it, because it's completely very, complicated process. So I'll give it one hour. After that, I'll go to the shoot, or maybe just if I don't have any shoot, I'll go to Duke. And I used to go to gym, but after some issues now I'm not going to the gym. And after gym it will be already evening.
Right.
So that's what my typical day looks like. It's not very charming, it's not very beautiful.
And right now you are in Bombay and you are traveling a lot, but in Surat it was more calm of a day, right? So
I really miss Surat ka lifestyle, because it's very calm, it's very peaceful,
a little laid back.
Yeah, I mean, but still, I am very habituated to that sort of lifestyle. If I have a shoot in early morning, like 8, let's say, I have to shoot at 8, I'll leave my home at 7:30, and I'll still reach, no matter
Reach the
how
spot.
far it is.
Because Surat is like not
Yeah.
having so much of like traveling, right?
After I started doing so much commercial work, my day is all about shooting, shooting, and shooting. I don't even have time to like just spend time with my family. At times it happens I am just completely drained out. I'll leave my home at early morning 8. I'll come back home after 10 at night. I'll be completely drained out, and I'll just sleep. There have been days like that.
Right. And when you are working on the creative stuff and editing, so how do you like find focus and keep your focus intact?
Simple as it is. Just keep playing music you love while you are editing. That's the first thing I do when I sit down to edit photos. I'll just play a playlist that I have made, and it will just keep playing in background, and it will keep setting the right mood, and it gives me vibes, and I can edit better.
So what genre of music you prefer, or what kind of music you prefer? Any specific songs can you recommend?
I wouldn't say like there is one genre of music that I really love, because it's multiple.
Yeah.
If I have made this playlist, if nothing is there, I'll just play it on loop, because it has many songs, and I just love to listen to those songs. But if you ask me to choose one specific song that I'm still stuck on, it's Strawberries and Cigarettes. I don't know why. Just once or twice in a day, I'll definitely listen to that. And a part of that, the music that I prefer while editing my photos is, first is Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish, Lau, Troye Sivan, Khalid, and there is Cigarettes After Sex.
Wow.
These all are the bands and individuals that I love to listen to. I'll just keep playing their songs on loop.
Amazing. I'll link all these songs and the playlist also in the show notes. People can go and listen.
Yeah, it's
Amazing.
a good playlist. You can make your mood for your work.
Set your mood for the work and
Yeah.
focus. Right. So which apps or gadgets do you use on regular basis, probably to edit out and probably to make your life better?
To edit out, Lightroom is my go-to application.
Adobe Lightroom.
Yeah, even in my phone, or whether it be my laptop, Lightroom is the first and only application that I'll use, because it gives me power to control each and everything that I might need. But if I'm doing something really very creative, like लोगों को गायब करना है, कुछ हवा में उड़ाना है,
Yeah.
then I'll go to Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Other than that, this application VSCO, VSCO.
Yeah.
This is also a good app if you are just looking for quick
filters and
quick filters for your stories and everything. But I still not choose to use that as long as I have Lightroom.
yeah, because Lightroom gives you so much more capability and the granular controls which it has.
Everything, like
Right.
if you are a professional or even if you are a newbie, you need to learn Lightroom to reach somewhere in your profession.
Yeah.
And personal help applications, I won't call it personal help, but I keep Kindle on my phone.
Okay,
If
the reading app from
if-
Amazon.
If I'm on a run, I'll still read. Like even if now in Mumbai, I'm traveling in the trains, I'll just open the Kindle and I'll read.
Wow.
Reading just keeps my mind very calm and occupied. That's what you need while you are fighting with any sort of problems, even problems in your personal life, whether it be anxiety or depression, anything. Just keep your mind occupied. So I prefer to read a lot or listen to music.
So any specific books you would like to recommend? Do you have any favorite books or maybe movies even?
At the moment, I don't actually remember because there is no still specific book that I actually really loved. But I still keep reading. The current book that I am reading now is Everything Fucked.
Everything is fucked.
Yeah, everything is
Mark
fucked.
Mason.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
he
book.
has another title book
Wha-
which went viral earlier, right?
Subtle Art of Not Giving a
The
Fuck.
Subtle Art of Not Giving a
Yeah.
Fuck. He loves the
yeah,
word, right?
I actually enjoy reading him. I have read that book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, twice.
Uh-huh.
I really enjoy reading him.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about that book from different guests also. So yeah.
And about movies, I just keep watching randomly. But I do make sure it's good with storyline, and I also prefer if it has a good cinematics, because it helps me to create better frames.
Right. And any specific movie would you like to recommend? You have any favorites?
There are many. There are multiples. There is no one favorite movie, but there are multiples.
Any couple of movies, like top 2 movies coming to mind?
I just can recall Gully Boy as of now.
Gully Boy, latest. Okay, Ranveer Singh.
Gully Boy and Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara.
Yeah, that movie was quite something.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm also very much a very big Potterhead. I love Harry Potter.
Harry Potter
I
movies.
love fantasy movies because
They take you in a different world
yeah,
altogether.
exactly, the kind of world that I am trying to create in my photos.
Wow.
So whether it may be Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or the Harry Potter series, entire Harry Potter series, I just love to watch that kind of fantasy movies.
All right. And can you name a person who inspires you or maybe have been a mentor in your life? Maybe you want to mention someone?
There are 3 people actually. One is Amit sir only from
Pulp
Pulp
Key,
Key. Like
yeah.
he has been biggest mentor in my career. Like if I'll get stuck somewhere making decisions for my career, I'll straight go to the sir and I'll ask, sir, this is happening, please
What needs to
guide
be
me."
done?
Yeah. He has guided me a lot, like how to take your career in a certain direction. So yeah, the Amit sir. When it comes to my mental health, I always prefer to talk to Stuti ji.
Yeah. Amritam brand, right?
Stuti ji has been a biggest mentor for my mental health. Like if I wouldn't feel good, I will talk to her. Like I'm not
Wow.
feeling good, and she'll guide me through it. So Stuti
That's
ji.
amazing.
And the third is like my each and every friend that I have.
Your friend circle, basically.
Yeah, friend circle, but there are few friends from my friend circle which I trust so much.
One of them is Twinkle.
Yeah, Twinkle has to be everywhere. If Twinkle won't be there, I wouldn't come here.
There is another friend which you told me, I forgot her name. Pen friend which you told me about, who like DMs you and who keeps on touch with you.
Apurva!
Apurva, yeah.
We just met for the first time. And
When did you meet her?
Just a couple of days back.
Finally you met
She
her?
came to Mumbai just to meet some of her friends here.
Including you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
And I was so happy that day. I mean, you can clearly see it on my face.
Yeah.
Apurva has, you can call it the biggest mentor as a friend in my career.
People who support you
Yeah.
too much. Yeah.
If I'll have any doubt about my work or maybe if I'll need some reviews, I'll go to straight Apurva. I'll send picture to her. Apurva, please tell me, how is this?
She'll point out some things to you. Yeah.
And Apurva and me, we share a very deep and sincere bond.
Connection.
Yeah. She is also a photographer and she is my basically secret keeper.
Wow.
So
Everybody needs one.
yeah, and I'll talk to Apurva about life. I can have any mature conversations with Apurva.
So like 3-4 people, important people which you told.
Yeah.
All right. So coming to a funny question, not funny, it might be silly, but what under 5,000 purchase you have made recently which made your life a little more joyful
Joyful?
or maybe better?
I won't call it joyful, but I did purchase a cable organizer. It's helping क्योंकि as a photographer I have hard disk का cable, chargers,
Everything is like
different
coming
memory
out.
cards,
Yeah,
pen
yeah.
drives, so much stuff. And it used to just like I used to put it in my bag, and whenever I'll need cable will be like tangled. So I purchased the cable organizer and it's saving my life.
So the cable organizer, which company, any specific you want to mention?
It's not specific. I just went in Amazon. I wanted a waterproof thingy because I'm very careless about such
All right.
things.
Yeah, we'll link that up probably in the show notes.
And probably if you want to call joyful, I purchased an iced Americano 2 days earlier. And it gave me joy of my life.
Ice Americano is like your favorite, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. And moving on to another deeper question, maybe. What has been your biggest failure as of now? Which probably failures are like, they are the stepping stone for the person to become like who you want to become, right? So any specific failure you want to mention?
It's not a failure, but if anything is there that I will regret forever, is giving up on my studies. Because I have never been this person who just gives up on studies. I know it was giving me stress, but since I mentioned, I have always been this kid who completes the task that's in her hand. So I think I will regret it a lot because I just left. It will keep poking my mind till the end. Like I didn't finish it.
So giving up on studies was not the failure, maybe the regret which you have. But I think you had a different thing in your mind which you want to pursue, right? So you went on to become that and you're doing pretty well. So what are you up to right now? And what is the next challenge or goal which you are looking forward to?
I'm really looking forward to work with people that I really have imagined that I want to work with. Since we are recording in this studio, I have just made my mind like someday in future I am going to give music another shot.
So initially when you started your career, like you were in your academics, you wanted to pursue music, but for some reasons you couldn't, but now you want to pursue that again.
Yeah. I would definitely love to give it a shot again.
All right. And as you mentioned, you want to approach some people who you look up to. So what strategies you might have to approach those people?
Currently, I'm focused on creating a good portfolio.
Right.
And after that, I have decided to approach to them through their managers because, popular people don't answer their DM. That's the kind of typical answer I get usually when I reply to someone.
I totally get that because I do that, and when you don't get the response back, I mean, then of course, some manager must be there.
Thankful to Palki, I got to know never DM someone if you want to work with them.
Right.
Always email them because email is a sign of your professionality.
Right. So before we wrap up this conversation, any advice would you like to give to young or aspiring creators like you?
Keep creating. That's the first thing you need to do if you want to pursue content creation. Because there will be moment where you will feel like you are not good enough, or maybe you'll feel like there is not much pay. The financial aspect of being a creator comes the first, which will stop you from pursuing it.
Correct.
I couldn't accept it, like to create content and being a professional photographer, because I always had this fear that what if I don't make enough money? This fear is always going to stop you from doing what you love, but you have to do.
Right.
Because you have one life, you can't really live up to what others are expecting from you.
What your heart wants to do, right?
Yeah. And the second big thing that will come on your way is what people will say. Don't think about people, because there is one really really nice thing that I love about Billie Eilish is she once told interviewer, when interviewer asked, I don't remember exactly, so just I'm giving a context.
Yeah.
He asked her, why do you wear such weird clothes? Why are you so weird? And she answered, if two people won't turn back and judge me, मेरे को नींद नहीं आएगा रात को.
She wants to
I want people
be
to
judged.
judge me. क्योंकि
Wow.
if people are judging me, that means I'm doing something
right.
so right that's poking them. So that's the
Wow.
thing. Like if you are a creator, if you are living some place where it's not very common to be a creator, this is what I have taught myself. Let people say whatever they want to say. Just don't listen.
Just
Don't
do
listen
what you
to
want
them.
to do.
Do what you want to do. Because if you will ask someone who is old enough, like 70 or in his late 80s or something, if you will ask them, tell me something about life. What they will say is what they didn't do instead of what they did.
Right.
So you
What
don't want to
regrets
be
they
that.
have.
Yeah. You don't want to do that in your late 80s. So
Right.
please.
Do whatever you would like to
Haan.
right now.
And this is 2019.
Right.
If you won't stand up for yourself, who else will?
True. So it was amazing conversation, Gopi. Where can people reach you if they want to talk to you, or maybe?
Yeah, they can simply drop a DM because I really try to answer my all DM. And if you have any more deeper conversation, or maybe if you want to talk to me about something specific, you can drop an email. My email is listed in my Instagram.
Yeah. Yes.
And
And your page is Aawaari. Everybody already knows it, but yeah.
I don't know why, but everybody calls me Aawaari. It has been so many times. I came here, and when my friends over here, I'll call them Bolo Aawaari.
There was a story behind Aawaari, the name which you, the handle which you chose.
I get so many times asked, why Aawaari? Why nothing else? There was this time I saw this girl's username. It was Kya Hai Be.
Kya hai be?
And I was like, wow, very alag. मेरे को भी ऐसा username
I want to do
चाहिए,
something
हाँ.
different. Yeah.
I want a hatke username. So I kept thinking, and suddenly it came to my mind, Aawaari. Let's do Aawaari.
Let's do
It
Aawaari.
suits with my personality as well. So I tried. It wasn't available. After 2 months, same username was available, and I grabbed it.
Wow.
And
You
now,
kept on looking for it.
yeah, and now Aawaari is like nobody knows me with my name.
Gopi.
Yeah,
Your name is Gopi.
Yeah, Gopi is, I don't know who she is. Aawaari, yeah, I know her. That sort of situation is
You are
happening.
in right
Yeah.
now. You don't want to place your face in any of the photos which you click and get clicked, right?
Yeah.
So why is that?
First of all, I have this scoptophobia, which means
Scoptophobia.
yeah, which means like you get really nervous
When somebody is clicking you.
clicking you and somebody keeps staring at you.
Mm.
So even if I'll meet someone, I'll just keep looking away. Here and there, because I can't really see in the eyes of someone else, and I can't really stand it if somebody is clicking me. I'll just
Right.
start sweating and all.
But how did you get to know that you have this phobia? Did you just read about that, or
No.
did you get it confirmed from someone professional?
I didn't really get confirmed, but I just know it because I really,
All the symptoms you have.
all the symptoms I have. And if so many of my friends who wants to wish me on birthdays, they will be like, you never click photos with us, how can we wish you?
Because people are all over social media and they want to share photos.
And I don't capture photos with any of, no matter who he is,
Yeah.
who she or he is.
Right.
I'll just, please don't take my photo. And I'm really thankful to all the friends that I have. They understand that I don't want my photos to be shared. But I'm really working towards it, because so many people here has forced me that you really need to get out of this fear.
Yeah.
How long you can hide behind the bars.
Yeah, but I think your face does matter, but like as there is a singer called Sia, right?
Yeah, she
So
don't.
she
Yeah,
don't
she don't
like shows
marshmallow.
marshmallow doesn't show.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter actually in that way in a creative process where you are clicking photos but maybe in future
Maybe in
probably
future
you'll try
I'm
to.
still trying, like in past 1 month since I came here. Rahul is sitting right away. He knows I have tried to capture photos. He knows that I have tried to, like, people here would just request me, let's click a photo together. Yeah, and we'll click the photos, and then I'll request them, please put an emoji.
On my face.
Yeah.
Right, that's a thing now. All right.
Hopefully
Yeah,
someday.
someday soon. All right, so all of this good stuff and the links from this episode will be shared in the show notes of this episode. Thanks, Gopi, again for sharing your amazing journey with us, and I really wish you all the best in
Thank
your
you
journey.
so much.
Hey guys, this is Himanshu again. Now, before you move on, here's something I want to share with you. I have one weekly newsletter which is called Saturday Pentacle. You can think of it as a weekly one-page magazine for the curious minds, where you'll find 5 awesome things which I've been pondering on in the last week. It may contain popular articles, blogs, photographs, Instagram posts, books, videos, products, or thoughts. It's completely free. If you want to get it, just go to himanshusachdeva.com. That's my name, himanshusachdeva.com, and drop in your email. You'll get the very next one. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for listening.